place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, stays not safe. Before you cross me, look both ways. Leaving the scene with no trace, none in my league. You out of place, I'm not at the top, I'm outer space. Can't eat with us, we're out of place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, state to state.
What's going on, guys? Your host, your boy, George Mackay. Man, oh man, is it good to be back. It's always good to be back here on YouTube. And if you're checking us out, click that subscribe button. Now, this one is a little different. This one is someone from my history, someone from my past, a good friend of mine, someone who was in one of my first music videos. Oh my God, I did those. Yeah, I went to film school. Yeah, it was awesome. It was also a really good music video, kind of a crap song, but still nonetheless, she was a major star, major fixture. I put her through hell, but now we're back to celebrate something new, celebrating a birthday. We'll get to that in a little bit. But please help me welcome to Straight Talk Wrestling, my new collab partner, Jowy. How are you?
Hey, oh my God. As I look through your amazing display of, honestly, it kind of looks like a little bit of Gotham Central, but wrestling centric.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, of course, you guys don't have a crutch wrapped in barbed wire.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I can get you
No.
one. I can get the hookup on if you ever need a crutch wrapped in barbed wire for whatever reason, maybe to feel safe to walk to your car at night. I mean, I can get you one.
It could, it could be. Dixie and 401 isn't as, I guess, Bloodhaven, kind of, related. But the thing about, barbed wire is, it's very Walking Dead.
It is.
It's very Negan.
Yes, it's very Egan. Yeah, but see, I'm so much more cooler than that because I don't need a baseball bat. I just need a hospital crutch. That's what it's all about.
I'm so proud of you, man. Like, we've come so far, dude. We've come so far.
We have. It's been a minute. So yeah, let's talk because we're going to talk a mixed bag of stuff. We're going to talk a little bit of wrestling. We're going to talk a little bit of comic books. And since we're talking wrestling and comic books, the one thing about those two genres that mesh so well is the origin story. The story of how the hero or the villain came from nothing, became something in a way, whether it be good or bad. You look at Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You look at, the only reason I mention that is because I just got through episode 3. No spoiler alerts, please.
Nope.
You're ahead of me. No spoiler alerts. But I mean, same thing with, you look behind me, you got Batman and Penguin. You've got, you got Sting, you got, Kevin Nash down there. You got Chris Jericho. You look at origins and evolution, it's kind of all centered around this ring. But our origin story, like I said, it leads back to a mutual friend of ours that you started seeing at your days at Canadian Tire.
Oh man, you brought back the red shirt.
I had to. The red shirt, Canadian Tire, the girl who could barely look over the counter. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. Joey's definitely easy on the eyes, but I shit you not, she comes up to about here when she's standing next to me.
I will always.
Yes.
Your daughter, the mini host, is like probably just an inch like shorter than me, and that's give it like 5 more weeks, and she'll be a hell of a lot taller.
I actually think she's surpassed that already. I'm sorry to say it. She comes up to about here on me. So yeah, no, you are definitely. Well, listen, if they ever remake The Wizard of Oz, you got to roll. I mean, you could be Lullaby League, or if you want to keep it the other way, you could be the Lollipop Jill.
You know what? They need diversity, and they need a bisexual Asian woman to be an Oompa Loompa one day, and I'll be there for it. Listen,
down for it.
I'll do anything. Absolutely. Why me and you click, Mackay, is that we do anything.
We really do. We
really do.
Well, and that's where I get to the origin story. So I was just starting up my, I guess, production company, if you want to call it, which was Aces High, throwback to that. And I was making music videos for local indie bands in and around the GTA. And I came across this band, and they needed a music video. They were called Rosedale at the time. They needed a music video. The lead singer was actually a friend of mine, and he was also the co-host here on Straight Talk Wrestling. Shout out to Steve the Animal Mitchell. And I came to you with the idea because, like I said, you were seeing a mutual friend of mine at the time, and I think at that point you had broken up, but you and I had still kept in contact. And I came to you and said, listen, I need somebody to play a depressed emo person that tries to find God, can't, and then tries to kill herself. And you were up for the task. But the funny part was that I made you sit in the bathtub for close to 45 minutes just to get a shot of you pretending to slice your wrist. And I remember after you got out, you looked at me and you said, I hope you got it, because I'm not going back in. And luckily enough, we got it, but it took 45 minutes to get the take that I wanted.
Listen, I'm no actor. I mean, if you stick me in Photoshop, you have luck. And I'll be like, you know what? You need an ad? 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I can do that for you. But stick me in a tub, 45 minutes. But you got the shot.
We got the shot, and it was ice cold water too. I remember you were like, "Can we warm it up?" I was like, "No, we're just gonna let the tap run. Just do your thing. Like, doesn't people won't know if it's hot or cold water. Just do your
I mean, I'll know. George, the things we have gone through, like literally, it's we were shooting in Brampton, I believe.
Yes, we were.
It was in a really cool kind of like studio apartment. I think we're gonna re-release this video just for reference sake now, but
we should. I do have it on my other
that.
YouTube page, but I should throw it up here as a throwback for sure. I should.
Yeah, and I don't know where you found that really cool studio, but I thought I wanted to live there, you know. And we shot at a church, and I've never used eye drops so much in my life, because you were like, and start crying, and I'm like, oh, like right now? Oh, I'm gonna cry right now? Okay, all right. It was fun, man. We should do that again.
Well, I said to you, I said, if you can't cry naturally, like I could hit you. And you were like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Or I was going to do the Tribbiani thing where like you just take tweezers and you just put it in your pocket and you just start.
Yeah, what I should have done is I should have made you like do method acting. I should have made you go back to a dark time in your childhood where somebody took away your favorite toy at kindergarten. And then you would have broke down and started crying.
I'm already there right now. Like I had this really ratted Superman doll with like back in '93, and you're right, that would have done the trick, because I'm a little swelly right now, you know. So
yeah, absolutely, that would have done the trick. Well, you know, we'll have to recreate that video and we'll just do the whole sequence again. But this time I'll warm up the water for you.
Can we just do like stand-up shower? It's like a lot more economical.
No, you need the tub. You need to have the blood water drop it. We discussed this all beforehand years ago.
Yeah, I got it. Listen, I actually always tell the people, when I say the people, I mean like my 5 friends, who I'm probably related to. Well, hey man, when you're closer to 40 than 30, you have like 3 friends, you know. And I tell them that before Britney Spears did the tub scene, it was me. It was you. I did it first.
If anything, she stole it from us. That bitch. She owes us some royalty rights.
Honestly,
she does. She owes us some royalty
audacity.
Yeah. Well, you know what's cool about us too is that we also have another love, or we share another love in common, which was comic books. Like,
I thought you were gonna say Sasha. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yes, no, we share my wife in common, but not that way. Not the way that people might think. But yes, you are definitely everyone. Okay. So I meet people, they become my friends, and then I meet my wife and they see the juxtaposition of how we are. Like, I'm loud, I'm boisterous. You can hear me coming a mile away, whether it be in my car that I still think I'm 20 and have my radio turned up full blast. Or you can hear me walk. Like when I walk into a room, my feet are heavy, my voice is heavy. I can right now, people may think, why is he yelling? But I'm not. This is my tone. This is my tone. It never goes.
You're just like in real life Megatron.
That's it. Exactly. Well, you know, I hit puberty early. What can I say? My balls dropped early and my voice got deeper super early. So I was ahead of the game. Sorry, I don't want to not to get to, you know, but again, this is us. This is us. So we do share my wife in common as friendship, but when everybody meets her, she's so sweet and she's beautiful and she's easy on the eyes, and I'm blessed to have her. And people are like, how did you get her? Well, I got her because I have swag. I mean, I may not be the prettiest guy on the block, but I do have confidence in myself. Therefore, it translates to get a gorgeous woman. That's how it works.
That's it.
That's it, right? That's the secret to how to get a beautiful woman in your life. Just to have swag.
That's why I didn't, because I'm clumsy. I'm telling you, that's the truth. It's the truth, man.
It is the truth. It is the truth. But let's talk comic books for a second. So I've been a comic book fan my whole life. I dipped in and out of it for a bit. I kind of picked back up when, you know, Captain America died, when Spider-Man died. And then I started collecting like all the new Joker stuff, which is phenomenal. The Batman series that they did, the 3-issue series of Batman Damned, which was fantastic.
Oh, just love it.
And I know some of these artists are coming to the show, and since I'll be working for free, I will be bringing some of my issues to get signed, because that's the right thing to do, I believe.
Do it.
I believe that's the right thing to do. But we share this in comic, and it was actually you that turned me on to Gotham Central. I said, you know, I'm looking for a new store. Everything in Brampton's dried up. It's a waste of time. And you were like, well, just drive 50 minutes down the road check out, you know, Dixie 401 off of Amco or Miko, whatever you want to call it, Amco
Yeah.
Boulevard. And it's right there. So I was like, okay, and sure enough, you were there. And since then, I've got a pull list. I'm picky. As you know, I have my taste when it comes
You
to comic
should,
books.
man. As
I
you
am.
should.
I'm very picky. I have my 5 characters that I think I gravitate towards the most. So anything Batman and Joker, as you can.
I know. I was gonna say like right there, Batman.
I also got a wall of Jokers and Batman behind me. So
yeah,
anything Batman, Joker, I'm all in. Punisher is also one of my early favorites. Deadpool, but way before the movies. I was all about Deadpool.
Yeah.
Way before everything. Like I have issues from like the early 90s and stuff. And then of course Wolverine. That kind of rounds out my 5, you know, Batman, Joker, Punisher, Deadpool, Wolverine. It's a juxtaposition, but those are my 5 go-tos. Anything that comes out with those guys, because I love the stories, I gravitate towards. But the cool thing about you is that you're not mainstream.
No.
You love the mainstream stuff, but you also really appreciate the classics, the kind of out of the norm characters. Like you were a person, correct me if I'm wrong, you're probably a person who got onto Guardians of the Galaxy before most people did. Before they became a pop culture phenomenon, you probably knew about that little comic book.
I did, and I knew Drax a lot more. I knew Gamora a lot more in that sense, but you're absolutely right about, sorry, like I it's not that I got made fun of, but my boyfriend was laughing at me that we were talking about wrestling after we had our little meeting at Gotham. And then there's a show on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us, right? And there was a wrestling one there, and we had talked about like all the cool things that we liked. And he was like, wait, who did you like in wrestling? I'm like, I had a weird crush on X-Pac. Weird, I know, weird, but I had a weird phase with that. But the people that I enjoyed most was like Yokozuna, if you remember, of course. Just like the weird characters, and the characters that are kind of like, why do you like that, you know? And it's kind of the same with me in comics. Like I love anybody who's out of the Fantastic Four. I think a lot of people like the Human Torch because it's cool to be like the Human Torch. You're essentially fire, you know? But me, I'm like, I really love Ben Grimm. You know what I mean? I love the creatures that are kind of underdogged and unknown and kind of monstrous. Yeah.
I like that. So would you say, speaking of the Fantastic Four, let's talk pop culture for a second.
Yeah.
Every Fantastic Four movie that they've made well, I mean, let's be honest, out of all the amazing things, comic book movies, and how far they've come, like the god awful ones in the 80s, like the Punisher, which we don't talk about. That's like our we don't talk about that Punisher. But to come from like the early days of Batman to see where we are now and doing the whole Infinity War and Infinity Crisis, like the pop culture phenomenon around comic books and how great these movies are. I mean, for God's sakes, Black Panther, a comic book movie, got nominated for an Oscar. I mean, that says the world is definitely changing and recognizing these films. But when you look at the Fantastic Four movies, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy the first one. I thought the first one with Jessica Alba, I thought it wasn't bad. But then they did the Silver Surfer, and I'm like, everything about this movie is wrong in so many levels. And I actually, to round out number 6, I would put Silver Surfer up there. I actually have Silver Surfer number 1 in like near mint condition. It's one of my favorite comic books. But when you look at the Fantastic Four movies, why is it, from your perspective, and we're going to go off tangent here, but why is it that they can't get this right? Why are these the characters that they keep fucking up?
You know why? Well, this is just my take in it, is that the first family of Marvel is just one of those, it's too big. It's too big to fill those shoes. You know what I mean? As a writer, as a director, you know what I mean? I think that they just, I think maybe they were just too scared to really dive into the comics, because honestly, if we were ever to, this is what I would love to see, is that if the MCU is now coming together in a bigger and better, more cohesive story, and we're really going to get in depth, is everything should lead to like eventually going to the Future Foundation, introducing like the Council of Reeds and all that kind of like really great like Hickman storyline. but it's too big. The story is too big. And I wish that there was a way that we could collaborate more with um, Marvel writers that really care about the Fantastic Four. And here's another thing about Fantastic Four. A lot of people didn't really take into them in this generation because there's a cheesy factor in them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I love the Fantastic Four. If there was any a toy line that was coming out and it was gonna have the Fantastic Four, I'm not even a pop person, and I collected all the Fantastic Four for pops. But they're the family, you know, they're kind of our royal family, you know, as Marvel fans. But the thing is that it's too big of a storyline. Um, it's a hard one, man. It's hard. And you know what, with Marvel and DC trying to constantly diversify characters that sometimes maybe don't need to be diversified, I'm sorry to say it, it's you know, it's a rough one because they're trying to integrate so much all the time. Fantastic Four is already such a colorful story, you know what I mean, that maybe don't do that with them, you know what I mean. Like, listen, Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch versus him as Killmonger. Come on, there is no comparison. You know what I mean? So I think what needs to happen is that the Fantastic Four original writers, so like Hickman and all of them, should actually be in a studio to write this with someone who knows film, and then it'll happen. You know, don't just throw it in because it's like, oh, we haven't done a Fantastic Four. I think that's what's been happening. You know,
that's the problem. And you know what, when I look at some of these small runs of comics, like there's a couple great comics that I absolutely gravitated towards in the early 2000s. One of them being, it was a six or seven series run. It was called The Hood. And it was not the Red Hood. I want to get that right. It was nothing to do with Red Hood at all. It was actually just this kid that found this cape, and it was a red hood. And I remember he kind of became this vigilante superhero in his little small part. I believe it was Brooklyn that the story was set in. But that's something that I could gravitate towards as being a movie, or even give me like a 6-episode run on Crave, because it's a DC property. So give me a 6 run on Crave and stuff like that. When you think about the smaller run comics, like the miniseries stuff, what do you think would be a great comic book to tell a play that they haven't tapped into yet that they could?
That's a great one. I think that they should go indie. Sorry to say it. I love my Marvel, I love my DC, even Dark Horse and Image and all that kind of stuff. But there's so much stories that are untapped. And it's funny because it's happening very soon from the time that we're recording this, but there's there's a little convention called TCAF, you know, and it's the Toronto Comics Arts Festival. And that's where all the indie talent with their fresh ideas and their fresh take in comics, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? I would love for there to be, and Jason Lowe, if you're watching this one day, I hope you do. It's called The Pitiful Human Lizard, and it's Toronto's kind of pathetic superhero. I love it. You know what I mean?
Much like our sports teams. Oh,
yeah.
Is it too soon? Is that too soon? Might be.
No,
too
it's
soon.
never too soon.
Shot at the Leafs. Shot at the Leafs.
I'm not a sports person at all. Go sports. But if there was, they gotta go indie, man. Like, there's so much good stuff in indie. Like, there's this comic called like The Last Man Standing, and it's basically a band that is stuck in a dystopian future trying to figure out their way, you know. That there's also I mean, as I said, The Pitiful Human Lizard, and he's kind of this guy who's just a paper pusher by day and puts on a costume, like almost like a cosplay costume, and tries to save Toronto. There's cheese in it, there's a rat king best friend, there's villains dressed up as raptors, you know. There's so many things good going in that. But let's see, you know what, I think they're already making this, but I Silk, I love Silk.
I do love Silk too, and I did hear whispers of that.
Yeah,
but I wasn't 100% sure where they are right now with it.
There's no date, there's no there hasn't been any kind of update at all about it, but that's the one I want to happen because I want to see a new kind of Spider-Man, you know. So yeah.
I'm into that.
story.
Yeah, I'm into that. I think that's a great idea, and you're right. I will have to check out the pitiful human lizard.
You do. I will find you copies on June 25th and 26th. Don't worry.
Done. Perfect. Well, speaking of June 25th and 26th, since you've already mentioned the dates, we should probably talk about that, then get into kind of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then I have a game that I think you'll enjoy.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I always put my guests on the spot. That's what I do, wrestling or not. If you're a guest on Straight Talk, you get put on the spot. So it is what it is.
All right.
So June 25th to June 26th, we talked about our love for comic books. We talked about what brought us back together as friends. And the spot that we go to the most is Gotham Central.
That's it.
And they are having their 10-year. Bro, who do you keep looking at?
Huh?
Who do you keep looking at?
Oh, it's my camera is kind of distracting because
I'm sitting there. I'm like,
I'm like,
he's like, huh? No, I'm just fucking with you. So we're talking about Gotham Central. They're celebrating their birthday bash, June 25th, 26th, a whole weekend of birthday fun and extravaganzas, from sales, from artists being on the scene where you can get some of your favorite issues signed. You can meet some of these guys, the artists, the writers, so forth and so on. And I'll let you run down a list of those in the future. But we also have wrestling. That's right. One of the hottest promotions in the GTA, Superkic'd, is coming out both days, June 25th, June 26th. I believe the 25th is 11 to 6 and the 26th is 12 to 5, if I'm right.
That's correct. Yep.
So they're going to be there, not for the whole day, but they're going to be there for the majority of the time. And they will have the sexiest voice in the GTA rocking them and announcing them. And that's me.
That's you.
I may not be easy on the eyes, but I do have that Bruce Buffer-like voice. So I'm excited for that. I get to ring announce, which is a credit to you for hooking that up.
Oh, no problem.
Talk to me about the birthday bash. Talk to me about what we could expect. Talk to me about Superkic'd. That's a whole lot of stuff compacted into a question, but talk to me about it all and how this whole extravaganza came from planning to now literally being under a week away when this drops.
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't yet planned a wedding, but it's pretty much that. I always hear from like bride friends that it's like you plan for like months and months and months for this thing to happen for 7 hours in one day. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna do that, but in the comic book world, in true Jowy brand, I guess. But we have definitely been planning for months now. We've gotten 20 plus comic book artists as guests. One of them is going to be Jason Faberg, who of course illustrated the 3 Jokers. Such a mint book. And also the toy line for the McFarlane line with that is extremely amazing.
Have them all back here.
I'm so sure you do. It's amazing. And basically Carlos and I have been planning this for a few months now. And not only do we have the comic book artist, but we also have Chris Chambers, who does the Superkic'd wrestling events. And I mean, I have yet to see it, but I'm very interested in how my parking lot is going to look like with a huge wrestling ring there. And we're going to have some really, cool wrestlers come in and join. And you're going to be announcing some of these wrestling matches as well. And I really can't wait for that to happen because I've never seen an outdoor wrestling ring before. Very interested how that's going to be set up. I will be there to film everything, so you guys will definitely see. We're also going to have raffle prizes for that day. We're really doing it up big, because it is the 10th anniversary. Carlos is, by the way, the owner of Gotham Central. He has been in the business for more than 10 years because if any one of you guys were from Scarborough during the, I would say, early 90s to like mid 90s, and you went to a store called Risen from the Ashes, of course, the Phoenix, you would know Carlos. He owned that store. It was probably a 16th of Gotham Central because Gotham Central, big girl, very big.
Big and beautiful though. She is.
Oh man, side A and side B. I mean, come on. And plus we go to like conventions as a side C as well. But he's been around, and 10 years being in Aimco, so Dixie and 401, we've expanded from like a quarter of that store because we used to be across the street, and then Carlos outgrew that, and then we got side A of the store, and then he was like, I should knock the wall down. Lo and behold, now we have a side B of the store, and we're just here to celebrate all of that. Like we've gotten some huge huge news just about a month and a half ago about being nominated for an Eisner, which is like kind of the Oscars, thank you, of the comic book industry. So we were heralded by the San Diego Comic-Con and said, hey guys, you got nominated, make a video. So you can check that out in YouTube. And we're celebrating a lot, man. We're also giving away for Saturday and Sunday 50 grab bags for the first 50 guests that line up to our doors.
Yeah. Okay. What can we expect?
So,
can we spoiler alert some of this? Can you give me a tidbit of what may be in these grab bags? Something,
well,
one or two things?
I'll give you the vibe of it, because I have decided actually that I really wanted to reach out to local businesses. I really so much believe in like supporting local, and we have a thriving neighborhood in Dixie and Eglinton to Dixie and 401 area, and we're reaching out to some of those people to see what they can contribute to Gotham Central as well as us. And so it's going to be community based. And there's also going to be some really geeky stuff in there. So.
Nice. Okay. Geeky stuff is good. Geeky stuff is always good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be incredible. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to spoil a little bit myself and drop at least 3 names of some of the wrestlers that you guys might see.
Yeah, sure.
So we already dropped one, which would be Chris Chambers. I mean, he's the man. He is the top dog of Superkic'd. But not only that, we're going to get Mark Wheeler, the Golden Gun. And if you know indie wrestling, the Golden Gun is the most hated and most loved man in indie wrestling. People hate him, and they also love to hate him.
Interesting.
So yeah, he is fantastic. He's a great talent. I've had him on the show twice. He is amazing. He's also jacked to shit, and he looks fantastic. And then, of course, Jesse V. Again, another man a lot of people love and a lot of people hate, but in different aspects. They love him and they hate him. They don't love to hate him. And then, of course, there's the newest, hottest rising female in all of Ontario wrestling, and that is Taylor Rising. She is fantastic. She is a breath of fresh air in this woman's scene here in Ontario, because we need to big up the women out here. We need to help them grow and evolve. And she has come in like lightning in a bottle. So I'm so excited to announce her to the ring and watch her in action for the first time, not the last time. But just a little tidbit. We're not going to give them all away, but just a little tidbit of some of the names that you're going to see. And obviously the wrestlers will be there. They'll probably be, you know, in between shows selling their merch like they usually do. And they'll also be there for pictures and all that kind of stuff. They're great group of talent that's going to be coming in. And I'm excited. Now, for the big part of the whole thing. I mean, we talked about a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, we really did.
Part of the thing is that you reached out to me about this crazy world of wrestling and how you wanted to collab with the podcast. And I'm so honored that you picked me. It had nothing to do with our relationship. It's just the hustle and the grind and how much work and effort I put into this. And you recognize that, and I appreciate that. And so Gotham Central and Straight Talk Wrestling are officially collab partners when it comes to the world of wrestling and comic books. We're doing everything together, and we've got a cool thing that we're doing first. So do you want to announce it? Do you want to give the tidbits of what's happening with what our first joint venture together will be?
Sure. So obviously, in true George Jowy style, we hung out at a comic book store. And what we did was, hey, George, look at this cool thing. And then you were like, oh, look at this cool thing. And then we talked about merchandise. We talked about action figures. We talked about all the cool things that's kind of combining the comic book world and the wrestling world together. And we've decided to officialize this collaboration is to do a little contest with you guys. So for all you Straight Talk Wrestling fans, George did tell me that you guys do not have a home. You guys do not have a home in terms of, other than maybe going to Walmart and getting your figures. I'm going to try my best to try to get those for you. But for now, we're going to do some giveaways.
What?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to showcase the one first. Actually, no, this one first, because it looks a lot cooler to me. But WrestleMania 2018 special by Boom Studios #1, as well as Attitude 2018, another #1 from Boom Studios, is what we are giving away as the first collab with me and George. And we're going to post that up very, very soon. And all you really have to do is you're going to have to follow. We're going to do a follow for follow. So you got to follow Straight Talk Wrestling on Instagram. And you got to follow us, Gotham Central CC, over at Instagram as well. You're going to tag 2 friends and you're going to hashtag Straight Talk Gotham. And then we're going to reveal the prize next week and you will get both books, both of these guys.
And we're announcing those on the Sunday, right? Last day of the show, last day of the birthday bash.
Yeah. So if you're local and you get to win this, come by Gotham Central and pick your prize up right away.
Absolutely. And then stay there and buy some more because there's so much cool shit.
Oh man, you guys don't even know. You guys don't even know. Yeah, so that's what our contest is going to be. I wish all of you guys good luck now, and make sure you follow those instructions. We're going to put those up in a post. Tag your friends, man. Tag your mom. You know, like, I mean, I'm sure she's going to want you to have these as well.
But tag your dog's Instagram.
Yeah, man, anybody, just as long as the tagging is happening and the hashtagging is following. We need to build a wrestling community in Gotham Central, of course. We're gonna have guests like Jimmy Hart is coming very, very soon, right?
The mouth of the South, baby. He's right there.
I haven't even announced that to anybody yet. That was us first.
That's a Straight Talk exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. That shit's fire.
So yeah, we have good stuff coming, bud.
I like it. It's all kinds of sexy. And also, we're hoping to get the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, back. I know that this is the first time around, but we're looking to get him back. And
also, hoping you're well, actually, Taskmaster, because he did get injured. And that's why he couldn't come. But hoping that he is going to be rescheduled sometime soon. But we gotta give some Jimmy Hart love first, and then some Kevin Sullivan later on.
Absolutely. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to try to get these things going. And guys, this is the first tip of the iceberg. If this contest goes well, there'll be many more collabs and contests. And whenever there's a wrestling event going on at Gotham Central, or if I'm there picking up my issues, you can see me there all the time. If you see me, say what's up, snap a picture. And if you see Joey, say what's up, snap a picture. And like I said, we've talked about a lot of things to try to find a home outside of your Walmarts, outside of your, random places where we can actually get these figures in. And we could try to get like stuff like this that's all behind me, the AEW stuff. We're working on, Joey's definitely looking into some avenues. I've given her, I guess a pathway to it. But if anybody's going to listen to somebody, like I could call and be like, let's do this. And they'll be like, no. And Joey will call and be like, let's do this. And they'll listen to Joey. She may be 3 feet tall. She's intimidating.
I'm the Funko Pop of people.
I like that. The Funko, you should get that made on a shirt. Funko Pop of people. The people's Funko Pop.
The people's Funko Pop.
Oh,
hey.
We just changed the fucking world.
The only thing I know how to do is box and a little bit of BJJ and a little bit of judo and Muay Thai, but I haven't dabbled into wrestling yet. But if I was, I think that's going to be like the name,
I like it. The people's Funko Pop.
The people's Funko Pop.
I love it.
Say it with them.
It rolls off the tongue. And now, coming to the ring, weighing in,
don't say
100 pounds, standing 2 feet tall, the people Funko Pop.
And then I go in there with like a bobblehead.
We'll go in a box and then come out of the box.
Oh, that'd even blown. Yes. Mind blown. Perfect.
It would take about 10 minutes to get out of the box. It's like, what's in the box? What's in the box?
And then there's a fan going that's like, oh my God, don't open the box. Don't open the box. Don't open the box. You must preserve it.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great. The contest is great, guys. Please make sure you follow the instructions again, just to lay it down. Follow me, Straight Talk Wrestling. Follow Gotham Central. That's Gotham CC on Instagram. Tag
Gotham Central CC.
Gotham Central CC. Sorry. Yep. Tag 2 friends. And then hashtag Straight Talk Gotham. It rolls off the tongue.
That's good. I know.
Off the tongue.
Hey, if anybody knows how to do tongue stuff.
But
George Mackay,
I know how to kind of do like the roll up the rim thing. Like, that's it.
I'm Filipino, so I have to know how to pronounce R's.
Yes. R's are very important. And now the funnest part of the show before we wrap it up, say goodbyes, and we'll set up the socials again after. Word association is the game. I'm going to throw out a random word. Pizza, chicken, dumplings, spring rolls, Batman, and you say the first thing that comes to mind. And there is no wrong answers.
I love it.
No wrong answers.
I can go on all night like this.
We're going to do it like a fast 10 questions, and we're going to see how quick you can answer them. And just to make sure everyone knows I'm not cheating, I'm going to put up a timer. I'm going to put up a timer so people know that, okay, Joey is going to have 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh, man.
30 seconds on the clock. And if you can't think of something, you have to say pass. We'll come back to it. So there we go. 30 seconds on the clock. You can see it.
Down.
Are you ready?
You need to charge your phone. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll make it. Don't worry. 30 seconds will be fine. I'll make it. Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Batman.
Robin.
Spider-Man.
Mary Jane.
Pizza.
Pineapple.
Waffles.
Robin. Teen Titans Go.
Okay, got you. Okay, I understand. Cyborg.
Computers.
Captain Canuck.
Pitiful Human Lizard.
I figured you were gonna go that.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
George Mackay.
Hulk Hogan.
Yellow Mustard.
Oh, that was not bad. That was me. I took too long on that, but I think you got 9 there, and that was pretty solid. Yellow mustard. I like that. Hulk Hogan, yellow mustard.
Remember, okay, I gotta tell you guys this side thing. After George and I had a meeting one day, and I was watching this wrestling documentary because I'm like, this is amazing. Like, because you were saying the whole like wrestling at the end of the day is just the bare bones of it is good guy versus bad guy, and it just kept on sticking to me all day long. And as I listened actually to you, mine, and Sasha's song, you know the song, right?
No, we have a song.
Oh my God, it's the Wishful Thinking song.
Oh. I get over you. I know I will.
That one.
My ship's not sinking. Oh yeah.
It's so good. It's
so good. So good.
So you know, kind of going through these documentaries on YouTube about wrestling, and then it kept on flashing the screen, and I was just like, oh, that guy was so cool. What was that guy's name? And then he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, it just flashed and I can't rewind it because I'm not good at just rewinding stuff. And then so I just tried to describe him. And I said, he looks like a bike. And then he was like, what do you mean bike? And I'm like a bike. Like he looks like a trike bike. And then so I'm like, listen, he's gonna come on the screen again. It's gonna happen. Lo and behold, who I was trying to talk about was, oh my God, I'm gonna forget the name again. George, what is it?
The Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior. I'm very new to this. Please help me.
We will get you there without a doubt, no problem. But that is a pretty funny story. I mean, again, when you think of stuff like that, you're right. Like you think of Shawn Michaels in the early days. I think of George Michael because he used to have the earring with the cross.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes. And he used to have like the best. Listen, the one thing I'll say about old school wrestling, nobody could beat wrestlers' mullets in the late 80s, early 90s. No fucking buddy.
Nope. It was so healthy. It was so poof. Like there was a poof.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There was all kinds of business in the front.
Yeah.
There was so much party in the back.
Oh yeah. It was like Procter and Gamble, Nestle. It was insane.
I like that.
It was insane. I love it.
It reminds me of that Herbal Essences commercial where the bikers are all taking showers and this biker walks away and the guy's like, how you doing, baby? And he turns around, it's a dude with like a full beard. He's like, I'm doing pretty good. Herbal Essences for everyone.
Actually, honestly, when you said Hulk Hogan, I should have been like, brother.
Oh yeah. What you gonna do, brother?
Yeah.
Or you could have been like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna rip this. It's an expensive shirt. I like.
No, probably don't do that. I mean, we're okay now. We don't make Canadian Tire money or anything like that, but we shouldn't be ripping shirts.
No, we shouldn't be ripping. Listen, my drawers are so overfull. Sasha gets so frustrated. It's like the basement. I have ridiculous amounts of wrestling shirts. She's like, you didn't even wear half of these. I'm like, but I to know that I have them. I want to wear them. That's right. What counts.
That's it. We're sorry, Sash.
That's it.
It's the way it is.
Listen, I'll get over you. I know I will.
I know I will.
Ship's not going to sink.
Yeah. That's it.
Right. And anytime
I'm gonna learn it in the base.
That's right. And anytime somebody can have Burger King in your video, that's what makes it huge.
Mint.
Singing into a wrench, wearing a wife beater, and sexy acid wash jeans. Come on, man. The 80s rock.
Bring acid wash back, people. Like there's no texture like acid wash.
Nobody's doing it. Now, you know what? I remember back in the day, remember how you used to have to buy jeans and cut holes into them?
Yeah, no, not anymore.
No, now you pay an extra $30 for pre-cut jeans.
And then I have to pay an extra $15 to hem them.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you.
So nothing is on sale for Joey. Never.
Yeah, you have short people problems. Well, aren't shoes on sale for you? Don't you still fit into like kid shoes?
Of course I do. I literally just bought like white Adidas shell toes for like $33 because I'm a size 5.
Yeah, okay. Screw you. If I would have bought those shoes, I would have. Yeah, okay, yeah. Shrug your shoulders, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. I know. At least I can get into bars.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
You get carded all the time. I know you do.
I'm actually literally. I don't know when this episode is going to be aired exactly, but
Mother's Day. It's going on Sunday.
I'm a Father's Day baby because it's Father's Day and then my birthday. So I'm gonna be 37 on Monday, guys.
Well, what? Shout it out. Look, early birthday gift from Straight Talk Wrestling, because that's how cheap I am. I had you on my show.
That's how we do, baby boop. That's how we do.
That's it.
No, I know.
All right, Joey, shout out the socials where everyone can again follow you, the contest rules, and then we'll say our goodbyes.
Yeah, sure. So contest rules is to make sure that you hashtag on that particular post that we make. It doesn't matter if you go to the Straight Talk Wrestling post or the Gotham Central post, you can post wherever you'd like to. Make sure you follow at Gotham Central CC. And George, where do they follow Straight Talk Wrestling? At Straight Talk Wrestling. There you go. And then what you have to do is tag 2 of your friends. Some can be dogs, some can be people, whatever you want. And Sunday, June 26th is when we're giving away that prize. And we're going to be shouting it out to the ether of internet. And we hope that one of you lucky Straight Talk Wrestling fans definitely win this and start joining the Gotham Central community. And that's how we do. We're going to throw up that post very soon. Absolutely. So look forward to it, guys. To all the fathers out there, because it's going to drop Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you all. Every man out there should be appreciated for all the work they do. Yep. If you're in it as a dad, whether it's somebody like me who's blessed to have 2 daughters, girl dad, or somebody who's blessed to have a girl and a boy, 2 boys, whatever you have, 3 boys, 7 boys, 8 girls, 20, 8 girls. Fuck, I could never have 8 girls. Can you imagine? Oh man, can you imagine? No. I just felt like I just felt like 7 more hairs falling. Aneurysm just a little bit there. Well, that's why I wear the hat, eh? Like it's getting up there. No, I can't do it. Really? Come on. All right, fine. Like, I'm hoping that you're taking on I'm hoping that you're taking on your father's mantle one day. No, definitely not. She's talking about Santa Claus. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to get into it. No, my dad is the Santa Claus, and when my dad goes, the suit will be retired, but I will not. You will not. Okay. All right. Fine. Unless it's like a gangster Santa. Yeah. Then I'll do it. Yeah. Like Billy Bob Thornton, like a bad Santa. Well, I mean, he's already bad Santa, so you have to be other kind of Santa. Can I be the robot Santa from Futurama? No, because that's already one. No, we have to make one up for you. I mean, you could be wrestling Santa, and it's like Santa. Nothing but the suspenders. Oh shit! I don't know if I have the 6-pack. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Hulk Hogan didn't have a 6-pack. I noticed that. I was like, wow, wrestling bods are different. They are different. They are, yeah, they're duff beer different. Like, I mean, I'm not complaining, but Duff Man is thrusting in the direction of the problem. Oh yeah. Yeah. Why not? All right, Joey, thank you so much for being on Straight Talk Wrestling today. Shout out to Collab and everything we're doing from Gotham Central. I appreciate it. Happy birthday to you, because it's coming on Monday. You. Happy birthday, literally 5 days later, to Gotham Central. 10 years at Amco Boulevard. That is literally Dixie and 401 in Mississauga. Yeah, come through, guys. Yeah, they've come through. Check it out. Remember, swag bags for the first 50 people, raffle prizes. We're going to have all kinds of artists there, all kinds of writers. You can get your stuff signed, all that kind of stuff. We're also going to have mega sales that are going to be there. There's going to be crazy sales. Yep. Carlos always does it big. And of course, there's going to be wrestling. What's not to fuck? It's like a nerd's paradise. It is. And also a big happy Father's Day to Carlos as well. You and Carlos are the dads to celebrate on that day, of course. So happy Father's Day to everybody. Whether you know you're a father or not, I guess. No, you have to know you're a father, or else you don't deserve to have a Father's Day. And happy one to my dad as well. So thanks for having me, dude. To everybody out there, honestly, follow at Straight Talk Wrestling, at Gotham Central CC. Follow me on my personal as well, at the Captain Canary, if you'd like to. And we're gonna have a time. So come join us June 25th and 26th. Yep. And you can hear me do my best Bruce Buster impression. But the good thing about me is I bring all that bass. I'm all about the bass. Come on, sing about the bass. About the bass. I have fun with you too much. I can't leave the conversation. That's true. It absolutely is. All right, guys. Peace, love, and wrestling. I'm your host, your boy, George Mackay. You know my new PIC, Joey from the Gotham CC. Ooh, shit. Huh? That was sexy. PIC from the Gotham CC. All right, guys. Peace, love, and wrestling. Don't forget to follow the contest. Details are coming soon. This drops on Father's Day. And then literally under a week from that, it's the birthday bash at Gotham Central. I cannot wait to be there to celebrate Gotham Central and all the amazing things they do. Peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to tune in next week for another great episode on all available podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. Also, check us out on YouTube at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And if you feel the need to buy some sweet merch, check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Leaving the scene with no trace, not in my league. You out of place. I'm not at the top, I'm outer space. Can't eat with us, we're out of place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going state to state.